We have Danny Benitez. He's a GM of a Buick dealership in Texas. But you have to ask him. But something about he's known you for a while, or either he was in one of your first NADA conferences, and he said you may remember him. So I'm going to bring him on here, and he uses something that you taught him a long time ago, still today with success. All right, so hold on. We're going to bring Danny on.
Comes on. I just want to set this up, okay?
What's that?
Danny, this was not the San Francisco convention when all those Brazilian women were up there on the dance floor, and I got them all to dance with me. You're not talking about that convention, are you?
Danny, are you on?
Yeah.
Danny Benitez, you're on with Grant. I don't know if he heard you, Grant. Ask that one more time.
Danny, I was just saying, tell me this isn't the San Francisco convention when I had all those Brazilian women dancing with me and I took my shirt off.
No, but I do have a YouTube video of that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go ahead, man. What's your question, Danny?
Well, listen, hey, I live here in your old stomping grounds of Texas, and I talked to you, I think it was at Vegas. I was at, it may have been your second or third seminar in Amarillo, Texas. Do you remember that?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Listen, well, I was telling you, we were, one of the things I like about you, Grant, is that you preach simplicity. I just think too many people make this business way more complicated than it is. You know, today, the amount of information that's available to salespeople, it's just overwhelming. They hear things like SEO, SEM, reputation management, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever. And I just think it overwhelms people. And along the lines of keeping it simple, really just kind of blocking and tackling kind of stuff. If you could talk to salespeople that are out there and give them one or two little nuggets that they can remember and start with the basics, what would that be?
Yeah, you're right on, Danny. I mean, you know, look, the business is simple. Business is not complicated. I have this conversation all the time with my staff. Keep it simple, okay? What can people remember? It doesn't matter how much you know. How much can I remember and deliver? And when you talk about getting back to basics, that's why I'm like, you know, the first thing a car dealer does, they hire a guy, they hire Robert, they bring him in, and they start showing him cars. And then they teach him the product knowledge of the cars. Do you know how complicated that is?
Yeah, unreal.
It's impossible. I can barely understand how my own car works or how big the engine is, and then we've got to teach him 15 different models. I can't even remember the names of them. So why do that? Why don't you just keep it simple? There's a human being going to come in or a human being is going to call in. What do you think they're going to want? They just spent 10 hours on the Internet. They know more about the purchase than I know. Even if I've been there 30 years, they know what they want. Why don't I just ask the guy what he wants? Thanks for calling, man. You been on the net? Have you shopped this? You got our phone number from somewhere. Where, like, simplify the process until it's like, you know, mix and stir simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It needs to be simple. And it's interesting because a lot of people think I'm complicated, and you obviously have been to my seminars. You've read and heard my material. It's simple, man. You got to have enthusiasm. You got to be excited. You need to smile. You never disagree with the customer, even when they're an idiot. Just agree with them. You want a payment of $236? I'll give you a payment of $236. You want a payment of $194, dude? I'm doing $194. You want to do no money down? I'm good to go. You want to go 24 months? Let's roll. You don't want to buy today? Then I'm all for that too, because I hate the paperwork. You know, that's just a basic rule out of this book that David's going to be giving away. That's out of chapter 9. Always agree with the customer. Okay, the magic of agreement, chapter 9, page 127. I just did the whole page. If you don't know this page, you will never be successful in life, much less sales. So Danny's right. Just keep it simple. If your people can't read, they can't learn. If a manager doesn't force a salesperson to read a book, you're not a manager, much less a leader. If you won't invest $30 in a book for your people, then don't hire them, because they're never going to make it today. And people do need tools. I need some kind of tool. I need some kind of format. I need to know what I'm doing every day, and I need to be excited, and that has to happen every day.
Wow.
Well, I think. Do you agree that salespeople used to be where customers went to get information? They don't anymore. They get their information elsewhere. We just have to be there to receive them. It's my opinion that people's ideas of what they are thinking when they're going through the process of shopping and buying for a car, it's really the same. It's just the geography has changed.
You're right.
They're at home
You're totally right,
pajamas.
Dave. I'm not coming to you for information. I might be coming for, okay, now show me the different color red interiors.
Right.
Because I don't trust my internet or my computer screen to deliver the faint differences between the two reds. Or maybe it's the stitching. I notice there's a charcoal stitching on this one and it's a blue one on this one. I need to see both of those. You're right, Danny. They're really coming to the salesperson now to deliver certainty, not information. It's like, make me certain about the choices that I just spent the last 10 hours looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It's information versus confirmation.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. Well,
Well,
Danny.
I'll tell you, Grant, I want to leave you with one thing. Grant. I just want to let you know that, the principles that you teach, they are so simple. And these things that I learned, and I guess it was 15 or 16 years ago, buddy. You look good, by the way.
Thank you, man.
So I'm in there. I do these training, and I'm one of those dealers. We're not as successful as we want to be, but we train every day, Grant. I've listened to that from years ago, and we do. And I will be out there spurting these things that are just coming from my gut. And the other day, we've been through so much different training material. I hand a guy my book that I got from you years and years ago, and he goes through and he comes in here and he says, "Amy, this is word for word the stuff you teach." And I'm embarrassed to tell you that I didn't even. It's not even something I remember. It just came out. And so the things that Grant teaches, anybody that's listening, it's simple, it's easy to use, it's non-confrontational, and it works today the way it worked 15, 16 years ago. I don't know why everybody gets so caught up. People are people, and
But
they make decisions.
Danny, let me just remind everybody that's listening. 15 years ago, I was telling everybody this is the way you would conduct business today.
That's right.
It just took longer than I thought it would. I was so far ahead of the curve on this deal, and I'm not taking credit for that, even though I am a visionary. A luminary. I think I'm a luminary, actually, not a visionary. But the point was, 15 years ago, I was telling people, look, you're already in the information age. People want the data.
Yeah.
Dude, I never sold anybody a car, okay? They didn't get the price. They didn't get the payment. They didn't get the information. The difference was they believed me. They got to believe you, man. If they don't believe you, they're not going to pull the trigger. The biggest problem in car sales is not the price, the payment, the trade number. It's not the competition. It's not the prostitute down the street that'll give a car away. The biggest problem is certainty. With every consumer, you have a certainty issue. If I'm certain, I'll make a decision, and if I'm not, I'm going to think about it. And most salespeople, most managers, most finance people, even service people, if you get the certainty way up here, and then you meet a customer that's got certainty that's down here, and the sales individual can keep their certainty up here, this guy's certainty comes up, and he'll pull the trigger.
Wow.
Bingo.
Bingo-matic.
You heard it there. You heard it
We've
from
been to church, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Well, man, Danny, I appreciate you
Grant,
coming on,
always,
brother.
always great, Grant. Always great to
Yeah,
see
dude,
you.
always good, man. I have a lot of fun, Danny. I know you appreciate that, but I think it's important for people to have fun when they're learning and they're laughing and they're thinking and they're getting shocked a little bit. And this is what managers need to do in their stores to keep people on their toes, keep them thinking, keep it fun. I mean, I'll have a sales meeting. I could have 3 sales meetings in one day. Just get everybody, get them up to date, man. Get them thinking. Get them on their feet. Snap the day up. Break it up. People want to have fun. So keep your business fun. Danny, thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Danny.
Good to be here, buddy. Thank you.